Oklahoma won its 15th consecutive Bedlam women's basketball game in the Lloyd Noble Center Saturday afternoon, beating number 11 Oklahoma State 81-74. Junior guard Sharane Campbell scored a career-high 28 points for the Sooners and really was dominant throughout the game. OSU's defense really didn't have an answer for her. Campbell also grabbed 8 rebounds. At the beginning of the game, Oklahoma jumped out to a 6-point lead, led 10-4. Oklahoma State hit a couple of key threes, came back to take a 6-point lead themselves with 8 minutes to go in the first half. Kind of went back and forth from there, with Oklahoma State taking a 3-point lead into halftime, 37-34. Nicole Griffin, senior center for the Sooners, only had 4 points at halftime, really came out of the break and performed well, scored 14. The OU players said that was a matchup they were really confident in going into the game, and it really started to take hold in the second half. The Sooners really took over the game after halftime, jumped out, led by as many as 12 points midway through the second half before the Cowgirls made a comeback at the end of the game. But the Sooners were able to hold on, coming up with some clutch plays, not only from Campbell, but from true freshman Tiana Edwards, a Northeast graduate who hasn't played much this year, but really came up big with a career-high 8 points today. Oklahoma's best player, Aaron Ellenberg, was really held in check throughout the first half, only scored 3 points and finished with 10, really one of her least productive individual performances in recent memory. But the fact that Sharane Campbell and Nicole Griffin played so well helped make up for that. Now let's take a look at what some of the OU and OSU coaches and players had to say after the game.
I'm really, really proud of how hard we competed. I thought we were gutsy and gritty and made big plays when we needed to make them. And I think the charge that Oklahoma State made down the stretch and us being able to hold them off and execute was really important for our team, because that's sort of the situation that's put us in a bind in some previous games. But I thought our 3 seniors were just huge in the stretch. About 2/3 of the way through the first half when we blew it open, Nicole Griffin made a shot inside. Morgan made a 3, Vegas made a 3, and that's really what stretched it wide open. I can't say enough about Sharane Campbell. I know you guys are going to ask her a bunch of questions and talk about her, and rightly so. She was fantastic in every phase of the game from start to finish.
Having fun with my teammates, I feel. I mean, even if I didn't score 28 points, just the point we won. If Aaron scored 30 points, I mean, we won. I had fun. So, I mean, that's just the goal. Play together, trust each other, and just win. I just was doing what they were giving me, taking it. They were giving me a drive, so I just kept taking it. Simple as that.
Sharane Campbell was exceptional today. It proved to be a tough matchup for us. Doesn't take very long to look at the stats and figure out that they were sent to the free throw line 31 times, and I know a lot of those were, not a lot, but some of those were at the end of the game where we had to foul. But you know, when you get 21 offensive boards and score 74 points, you should be in a better situation than we were. Prior to today, over the last 3 years, when we had scored 70 points, we were 33-0. So we did not get it done on the defensive end, but again, credit OU for getting the ball where they needed to get it and making baskets and making free throws.